Hey guys, Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana. As promised, every Monday I'm going to bring you a recap as early in the morning as possible. It's 5:54 a.m. here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I'm going to give you a recap of the PWCC Sunday Weekly Auction number 2. This ended last night. Extended bidding ended last night. I'm going to try to keep these videos to 20 minutes or less, and so let's get cranking. Let me switch you over to picture-in-picture. I've starred and favorited each of the cards that we're going to talk about. I can't talk about all of them, but there's tons to discuss. We're going to try to get through with the top 50 in 20 minutes, so let's roll with it. I'm really testing the limits of my computer because I've got about 20 card ladder pages open, so we're going to look at each card. We're going to look at the risers. We're going to look at the fallers, talk about it, talk about why. Let's see how these cards did in the PWCC Weekly Auction compared to the last comp. And love to get your comments below if there's any cards that I glossed over that you'd like to see or we should have talked about. Let me know in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts about this particular PWCC Weekly Auction number 2 and how it went. And let me know if you had cards in the auction. Let me know if you were chasing cards in the auction, if you won them, if you lost them, and why. Without any further delay, let's roll. Card number 1 is this beautiful 84 star 101 Jordan XRC. It's 0.5 away from a BGS 9. Sold for $40,800. Remember, all these prices are going to include the buyer's premium. So let's see what this card did. Card Ladder has already got the comps computed. I've pulled up this star card on Card Ladder. You can see on the graph, this is the last 6 months worth. Good sale for whoever was selling this card. $40,800 last night in PWCC. The last one was $33,600. One before that was $34,800. Part of this probably has to do with the nice subs on this. This is a Pop 245 big card. So this card definitely falls in the category of a big riser. Next is the Lebron James. Everybody's familiar with this card. LeBron's flagship product, the Topps Chrome, and this is the Refractor in BGS 9. Sold for $18,000. If we look at Card Ladder, we can see that is right on the number, a little bit better than the last one. So this is definitely a riser. It's actually $2,000 more than the last one, almost $3,000 more than the one prior. And this would probably be, yes, out of the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sales, this would be the highest. So that's a really good sale for somebody on PWCC last night. Definitely a riser. You got a Steph Curry Classics. Like I said, I'm not familiar with this card. We're not going to talk about it. Went for $16,800. Rookie number to $499. You've got your BAMs in PSA 6 condition. Sold for $14,400. That just shows you the power of the elite, the super rare high pack odds Jordan 90s inserts in a PSA 6 condition. The next one we pulled up on Card Ladder is this LeBron James PSA 9. I pulled it up on Card Ladder. They don't have the PSA 9 in here. This is you know what? This is probably not a good example. We're gonna skip that one because the card that I've got pulled up on here. Yeah, I guess this is the same card. So the BGS 9.5 last sold for $25, $22, and $28. Really, let's say $25. This one went for $14,400. That seems like a low sale to me. I'm not an expert on autograph cards. I'm not an expert on this particular Ultimate Collection horizontal LeBron autograph rookie. But if the 9.5 10 auto BGS 9.5 sold for $25, I would have expected this PSA 9 to be somewhere in the 18, 19, 20 range, just under the BGS 9, and it sold for $14,400. I'm not an expert on this card. That's a pretty good deal for whoever bought that card. Here's the one that I really want to look at because this doesn't make a lot of sense to me. This is the 1985 Nike Promo Jordan SGC 10. This card had a crazy run up during after the Last Dance and during February and March when everything else ran up. There was 2 of these in here, okay? They were both SGC 10. Guys, comment if I'm missing something here. Let's go look at Card Ladder. So this one sold for $10,200 in SGC 10 condition. Here it is. You'll see Card Ladder has $8,700. And again, I'm going to direct your attention to this. So you'll see here it is. It says $8,700 for last night. But if you go to view all sales, what they do is 2 of them sold last night in the PWCC Weekly. One sold for $10,200. One sold for $7,200. What's strange about this to me, so they take the average, right? So 10.2, 7.2, the average is 8,700, and that's what Card Ladder's got. So we get that. What's strange to me is if we go back and we look, well, let's just look here. 10,200 was a non-gold NBA sticker, and the gold NBA sticker sold for $3,000 less, 30% less, 7,200. So if we go back, you'll see this one does not have the Mike Baker gold sticker. This one down here at 7,200 does have the Mike Baker gold sticker, and it sold for $3,000 less. Maybe there's a flaw in the card that I'm missing. I don't know. You guys will have to take a closer look. I just thought that was something to discuss and to look at. Comment below if you've looked at that closer. I'm not in the market to buy SGC cards. I just try to stick to PSA and BGS so I can kind of stay in my lane. But let me know what you guys think. Next is the LeBron James Chrome PSA 10. The LeBron James Chrome PSA 10 sold here for $10,200. That's a card that's been up, it's been down, it's been into the 40,000s. It's just crazy to look at this card and see $10,200 given where it had been in history. But going back to our SGC 10, that's a riser, guys. Another one. So the 10,200 was obviously a huge sale, maybe one of the biggest sales ever. The 7,200 was probably a little bit below average, but the last one was 7,500, and then there was a couple in the 6,000. So I would say that SGC 10 is also a riser in the PWCC auctions. The next one we'll look at is the Upper Deck Records Collection PSA 10. I have this card in this condition. This one sold for $9,300. Let's see what Card Ladder has. And there you go. There's my purchase. Here's this one. So right on the number. I probably overpaid a little bit. I still think this is a great buy at a pop 14. Obviously, I'm a little bit biased, but with the black corners and edges, I think it's a buy. So this is not a riser, not a faller. It's pretty much right on the number. Here's a beautiful Bird Exquisite. I think I'm seeing Bird and Magic Exquisite pieces in all variations and parallels kind of rising a little bit and gaining in popularity. But what a cool Bird card that is, even though it's two napkin patches. John Morant, who's as hot as a firecracker right now. BGS 9.5, Gem Plus, tie-dye, number to 25. Rookie card, 9,300. The LeBron BGS 10 Pristine Refractor. Got a $9,000 sale, not bad. Here's a Kevin Durant. I'm sure his cards are dipping. I did not look and I did not compare this, but you know how the hobby is. They're very finicky. If somebody gets hurt for, a week or two or three or four, it's like out of sight, out of mind. People forget he's one of the greatest scorers of all time. First ballot. I don't collect him, but beautiful card here. Rookie autograph, number to 150. Doncic, Contenders Red, number to 149, 8,700. The next one we'll look at is our Planet Metal. I'm sorry, guys. There's going to be a super Jordan tilt here because those are the cards that interest me the most. I know it's not about me, but these are the cards that I want to see how they do. So if we look at Card Ladder, this is a loser, guys. But there's a caveat, right? So it's a pop 43, and this one sold for 8,100, as you can see on your screen. It's a pretty rare card. It's a pop 43. I say it's a loser. The last one was a private sale for 13, and that whoever that is, I don't want to offend anybody, but that's a huge jump. That's an overpayment. If we go back just to a year ago, the card sold for $5,900. So if you eliminate this crazy $13,000 anomaly, it's really a riser, right? And so if you look at this steady growth rate, it's like up, 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 up. Every time the card sells, it goes up. This seems to me to be an anomaly. I know Chris and those guys vet these sales, and Christina, so I'm sure that sale is legit. It's just my opinion that somebody reached on that one. Again, hope it's not a friend of mine who gets offended. But the one last night sold for $8,100. I still think that's a riser. I think that's a good sale. Next one we'll look at is the ho-hum. Everybody has it. PSA 8 Jordan rookie card. That's sort of the sweet spot for Jordan rookie cards. Let's see if we can find it. There it is. That one's right on the number, guys. Right on the number. 3 months. Look how many have sold in 3 months, right? Let's go back and let's change it to 1 month. It's right on the number. Sold for 7,800 last night. 7,800 is about what it's at. It had started to rise a little bit. Maybe this is not a riser, not a faller, but it pretty much looks about what we expected. Next is the other Planet Metal. So the next year Planet Metal. This is actually, if I recall, more rare than the 97 Planet Metal, but usually less expensive. So the 97 Planet Metal sold for 8,100. The 98 Planet Metal sold for 7,800, which is a big riser. So the last one was a private sale for 6,200. This is the highest sale out of the last 5 sales. It's only a pop 29. I'm lucky enough to own this card in PSA 10 condition, so I'm very happy to see this record sale. I don't know if it's a record sale. Let's see if it's a record sale. Nope, it's not a record sale because all hell broke loose, as we know, in January and March and February of 2021. But it looks like it's trying to make a little comeback. So we're going to call it a riser because it's the highest sale out of the last 5. Going back, and the next one is James Harden. I'm not a Harden collector. I think he's a pretty decent investment right now. I'm not going to go out and buy him, but let's look at how his 2009 Topps Chrome flagship base card. Remember, guys, this year these cards were numbered to 999. Let's see how that Harden card did. 7,800 is what it sold for. It's a little bit of a faller. Part of that is I think he's sitting out right now. Kyrie's handling the load by himself. The Nets are a shell of themselves. They got to have all 3 of those guys to have any chance. 8750, 8750, 9300, and then 7,800. So this card definitely took a hit. This is a faller. This was a good purchase for the buyer. Only a pop 58. That's nuts. Let's look at the pop growth. This card's gone up in pop by 4 over the last 9-10 months. That's a pretty good buy for the buyer. The seller probably didn't get quite what he was hoping for. So that's a faller right there. Doncic, PSA 10, 125, 7,500. Here's that other Jordan with the NBA that sold for $3,000 less than the version without the NBA sticker. This is a buddy of mine who messaged me. This is an absolutely insane, beautiful card. I don't know how it didn't sell for more. If you guys understand Exquisite and that product, 8.5 is the grade, right? That's kind of the base grade for Exquisite patch thick jersey cards. I'm not going to click it, but there's 4 more absolute goats on the back. 3 goats and Brandon Roy. This is a card serial numbered to 3. They're all multicolored patches. Some of the patches on the back are actually even logo patches. Look at the guys on the front of this card. Durant, Kobe, LeBron, Dirk from 2009, Exquisite, sold for $7,200. That seems low to me. Again, I'm not an expert on patch cards or autograph cards, but that's a really cool card to put in your collection. Serial numbered to 3 for $7,200. This one is a big one. So this is the Kobe Thunder and Lightning. This is a super low pop card. We're going to try it. There we go. So sold for $6,600. It's pop 9. That's a big riser, okay? So the last time this sold, it sold for $4,050. If you're a Kobe collector, this is a highly coveted card. That's a good sale for you at $6,600. I think this is a buddy of mine who actually messaged me late last night. But $6,600 to me looks like a pretty good sale on this card. The Kobe 10-part documentary is coming up. Pretty good timing, pretty good card to put in your collection if you're a Kobe collector. We're not going to look at the Alcindor, but it's an SGC 84 old label, 7. There's all kinds of numbers. I don't understand the old SGC labels. Got the PWCC 30% sticker. This one sold for $6,300. I don't know if that's a good sale or not because I'm not an SGC guy. This one surprised me. So this is the Star Power Supreme from 1997. I own this card in this exact same grade. The PSA 9 sold for $6,300. Let's go find it. That's down, guys. That's a huge faller. This is an amazing pickup at a great price, in my opinion. The last one sold for $9,000 way back in December of 2020. I would have expected this card to sell for more than $9,000. Maybe I'm crazy. Comment below if you're a Jordan insert collector and you think I'm nuts. But that seems like an incredibly good price for a PSA 9. Remember, this is a pop 22, and there are 15 10s. So you're talking about 37 cards, 9 or 10 in PSA. That's a really good price, guys, if you ask me. I think that's a huge faller and a huge win for the buyer in that situation. The John Morant, Immaculate Red, number to 25, really cool patch. He's hot as can be. Sold for $6,300. The Jordan 94 Finest Refractor, PSA 10 here. You're looking at, let's pull this one up because this is another big Jordan card. This is only a pop 41, guys. It does not have the coating, but it's a pop 41, PSA 10, huge riser, okay? So last one sold for $2,605. Again, that was 2 years ago, so this is going to look a little disproportionate, but you're talking about more than double. So look at the growth rate. for the past 2 years. If we can, we can't pull up 1 year because there's not enough sales. But if we look at the past 2 years, this card's up, 320% from where it sold from in March of 2020. That's a pretty impressive movement to be expected. I wonder what the coating sells for in PSA 10. So with the coating, PSA 10 is actually a higher pop, 147, and that card sells for about 6,000. That's weird. So it's about the same for both. Interesting. That's something to dig in and look at a little bit more. Usually the coating sells for a little bit more. A nice Jordan Star 9.5 Gem Plus, really high grade, 5880. This is electrifying. That's another super eye-appealing Jordan insert. It seems like there's a lot of Jordan inserts out there with lightning. This is one of them. This electrifying is a pop 68, right on the number, guys. 5750, 5750, 5640. Nothing to see here. Not a riser, not a faller. PWCC got that seller exactly what they wanted, and the buyer got it for what they expected. I went over comps on this card. I did not get it. This is the 92 Fleer Team Leader. It's not in card ladder, so I didn't look it up. Chris and Christina, you guys got to get this one in there. This is an insert that matters. I don't have to tell you. You know enough about Jordan inserts, but we got to get this one in card ladder for sure, in 9 and 10 at least. But this one sells for $55.20. I didn't win it. I need it in my collection. I don't have it. Like I said, I bid what I thought was over comps. We can go in the sales history and look it up, but I'm trying to get through this in 20 minutes. The next one is the Soul of the Game. Sold for $55.20. So there's a lot of Jordan selling in this 5,000 range. $55.20 is about on the number. $62.50, $55.20. So you're somewhat near where you need to be on this card. Not a crazy faller. Really, it's kind of right on the number. So $5,200, $62.50, $55.20. About what you would expect for this Soul of the Game. A lot of you guys, if you don't know, and I'll do an Explore the Card episode on this at some point, Soul of the Games come in all sorts of different color variations. Like if you look at one card and then look at another, you can see their colors come in different order, and so it's a really cool card. Like this one is yellow, red, blue. If you look at the PSA 10, it's blue, green, red. So they come in kind of random order. Next card that we're looking at here, sorry I glossed over, a pretty big card. A 2003 Fleer Essential Credentials Kobe 9.5, pop 1 of 13, sold for $5,500, numbered to 94. The Steph 1-in-1 downtown PSA 10, $55.20. You look at this card, and then you look at the card next to it, I don't understand how you could possibly pay the same price for this card as this card. Again, I'm a Jordan guy. I'm not a Steph collector. I don't mean to offend anybody, but my God, this card is absolutely filthy. It's one of the most intricately die-cut Jordan cards of all time. This whole top section's die-cut. These letters down here are die-cut. Holding this card in your hand is like holding kryptonite. It's just like mesmerizing when you look at it. Let's go see what it did. It sold for $5,400. That is right on the number. I mean, there is not a straighter line in the world, so you're right at $5,600, $5,400. Maybe the seller expected it to go for a little bit more. I honestly did. I own this card in a PSA 10, so obviously I'm in love with it. The pop hasn't changed since April. It is a pop 29. That's pretty low for a big-time Jordan insert. So 5,400 is the number. That's pretty much on par. So not a riser, not a faller. I'm not going to look at every Jordan 57 Fleer that sold. I just can't do it. I get tired of doing it. I own a bunch of them. I'm just not going to do it. 96 Finest Refractor Gold 9. I'm not going to look at this on Card Ladder, but that seems low to me. That's a really rare refractor and a beautiful refractor, and that looks like a really clean copy for a 9 to me, y'all. 5280. The Jordan Competitive Advantage sold for $51.60. Let's see where that is in Card Ladder. 5160 is a faller. It's only a pop 41. This is a very relevant Jordan insert. I think maybe it's a faller because the last sale sold during that peak or right at the end of the 2021 peak in March. If you kind of pull it from here, which is probably a little more reasonable, you'll see it's still a huge riser. If you look at the growth over the past 2 years, it's up 290%. So I'm calling these cards risers and fallers, but remember, we're only looking at the last comp. It's crucial to remember that the date of the last comp is super relevant because all hell broke loose in the first quarter of 2021, and we have to remember that's not the hobby norm. That was an anomaly. If you sold during that era, congratulations to you. If you bought during that era, my condolences. You're now seeing the ugly side of it if you bought this card for $6,900. 5160 is not a bad comp, guys. I don't know if the seller was expecting more, but considering that the 2-year growth rate's 300%, you can't be too upset. Honestly, if I knew this card was going to sell for 5160, I may have bought it, but I own the BGS 9.5, which is, holding steady right at $3,000, so I'm fine with it. Next card on our list, we got a Trae Young Gold BGS 9, sold for $5,000. That's a gold mosaic. Number to 10. The Ultra Abilities Superstar BGS 9.5 sold for $49.20. That seemed a little low to me, to be quite honest with you. Actually, we need to look that one up. That seems a little bit low to me. Shoot, let's go back. Oops. Let's look this up. Sorry about this delay. Let's see if we can pull it up on Card Ladder. Yeah, there it is. It's actually a riser, but again, we don't have any recent comps. This is only a pop 29. I hate, this one's just too long ago. 2,600. This one sold for 49.20, so it's up 90%. I don't know. I don't have enough data in front of me, but that seems low to me. Again, especially. Yeah, that just seems low to me. It's got a 10 centering, a 10 corners, which is nuts for this card. I mean, you can look at those corners. That's about as pointy as it gets, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pointy corners. I think corners are often an issue with this card. But it looks like there's a little white up there in that top left, if I can see that. But that seems low to me. You got a Magic hand-numbered 03 Ultimate Collection Auto, numbered to 32. That's a filthy card right there, $49.20. Another Steph rookie ticket, PSA 8, $49.20. The Jordan Slam Cam 9.5, $4,800. More Bird Exquisite material cards, limited logos, one of the bigger patch autos in the set. $4,800. Let's look at this koozie, right? Let's give vintage a little bit of love. This koozie, 1957, really sharp corners and edges, a little bit off center as expected from that 57 top set. But what did that koozie sell for? $46.80. Let's see how that did on the grand scheme of things. So this is a faller. This one did not do well in this auction. The last one sold for $6,000. The one before that, $56,000. The one before that, $5,000. So this is the lowest sale out of the last 4. Let's look at when those sold. Yeah, these were from fall, so not a great sale for this koozie. It's pop 111 in a PSA 7 condition. I'm just curious, what's a koozie? They don't have anything higher. A koozie 8, jumping from a 7 to an 8. This is nuts. Look at this. And this is the beauty of vintage. If you think grade matters in ultra modern, look how much grade matters in vintage. A koozie 7 just sold for $4,600. A koozie 8 has once sold for $63,000 and $45,000. Slight difference, huh? I don't even want to ask what a 9 or 10 sells for. If there is one, I don't even know. We got another Doncic Collegiate Flawless, BGS 9, $46.80. And then a purple, fast break purple, BGS 9.5. And then the LeBron Kaboom. Everybody's high on these Kabooms. It's a LeBron 2020 Kaboom, PSA 10, $45.60. And that does it for the top 48 cards, guys. I'm going to try to keep this right at 23 minutes every week. So we'll probably end up looking at the top 48 since they put 24 per page. I hope that helps you guys just kind of get a visual on what's going on in these PWCC weeklies. Sometimes they got big cards. Sometimes they got little cards. We had actually one, obviously we had one real big card in here. If we look at this, the top seller, the Jordan Star 88.5, which as we looked at is a riser, better than the last 5 or 6 sales. That's really good to see. So some of these cards are risers, some of these cards were fallers. I think it was really kind of a mixed bag from the ones that we looked at. I'm going to do this every single Monday. I'm trying to do it super early in the morning and get it uploaded and put out so you guys can get an early morning recap and drink your coffee and and sit in your blizzard or next to your pool, depending on where you live, and listen to this and watch and get eyes on some of these cards and what they did. I'm also every morning, I'm going to try every Monday morning, we're going to go through and look at the biggest steals in the PWCC Weekly Auction. Cards that went for less than they should have, but low end, right? We're talking about all this high end stuff. That is not for everybody. Everybody loves to watch it, but some of us are wondering, man, let's see some of the deals that people got. And so let's look at some of the cards under $1,000, and I'm going to pick my top 5 that I think were the best pickups for under $1,000 in comparison to comps. And so every Monday you should get 2 videos from me recapping the PWCC auction just like this one, but also looking at the top 5 steals for under $1,000 as well. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys get on board. Hit the bell icon for notifications if you want to get updates on PWCC auctions, premier and weekly. And don't forget, every Thursday I'm going to do a preview of the PWCC auction that's ongoing that ends that Sunday. So I'm giving you a 4-day, or really a 3.5-day look at what's ending on Sunday, so you guys can decide if you want to get involved and bid on anything. So 2 videos for the PWCC Weekly recapping on Monday, and then always one on Thursday previewing the one that's about to end the next Sunday. So in a couple days, you're going to get a video from me previewing PWCC Weekly Auction number 3, and so on every week. You can count on me. I'm going to be consistent. If you guys love these videos and you want to see it, please hit the like button. It really helps me. I do want to get your comments. If I say anything incorrect or I make any assumptions that are incorrect, let me know. Subscribe if you haven't already. I truly appreciate all those who already have. I'm trying to grow it, get the audience a little bigger, and get a little bit more involvement in the comments section. And hit the bell icon so every Monday when these drop, I think your bell is going to go off while you're sleeping, and I'm making the video for the most part. Anyway, thanks for listening. Stay positive, keep collecting. Peace.